Why you dey buy fake product, yeah? Make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
Buy original.
You should know where to go. The SON. Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. The SON.
When was the last time you read the label or receipt of a product you bought? If you did, what was your focus or reason for doing so? For those who do not bother to read information on products, what is responsible for neglecting one of your consumer obligations? We have got so much to tell you about your rights and obligation as a consumer and how to rise up to the challenge to get value for money spent on a product. 3 Nigerians emerge winner of ASO Continental Essay Competition as the nation joins Continental Committee to harmonize standard. It's the first Monday of November 2020. Another opportunity to serve you, our esteemed viewers, our evening tonic, Standard and You, as we always do on this station every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Please accept the best wishes of the Director General of the SON, Malam Farouk Salim, forward-looking management and dedicated staff of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. My name is Ifeinwa Okonkwo. Welcome on board.
Muna fata shekaru na da za su zo mutanenmu za su yi la'akari da aikin da muke yi kuma za su lura cewa ya fi cancanta ka sai abu na kwarai da ka sai abu na arha.
Ka yi mezie n'obodo anyị a, ka yi mee ka ihe a na-eme n'obodo anyị a, ma ihe a na-ebubata n'obodo anyị a ọ dị mma. Anyị na-ayọ bikonu ka anyị jikọọ aka na asị na ofu aka adịghị ekechi ngwugwu. Ka anyị jikọọ aka ka Nigeria wee wọrọ anyị obodo.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká lajú wálẹ̀ gbogbo tá a bá máa fún wa rà ká rí pé ó tó pé ojú òṣùwọ̀n èyí tí ò bá yé wa ká pé tó bá mọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ ló tó wá sọ́nà èyí tá a bá dẹ̀ rà tí ò bá pójú òṣùwọ̀n ẹ lọ sí Standard Organization iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ tó bá súnmọ́ yín jù ẹ lọ ṣàlàyé fún wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n á ràn yín lọ́wọ́.
Welcome to the world of standard and quality, where we offer you information on product safety and quality. The program is Standard and You.
Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
Welcome to Standard and You, Nigeria's most authoritative platform on television, where you get to know more on product quality and safety. Do not forget that it's a public enlightenment program initiated by the SON. Did you know that it's a standard practice for manufacturers of goods to provide information about products sold to consumers? Did you also know that consumers are also obliged to read such information before consuming such products? Are you also aware that many consumers of goods can't be bothered about basic information on products purchased or receipt issued to them by sellers of goods? My colleague Alimoto Sifo went to town to find out why some consumers take their consumer obligation for granted. Over to you, Alimot.
There are over 1 million products in the market. These goods range from domestic to industrial products, and they are either manufactured locally or imported into the country. It's standard practice for producers of these goods to provide consumers with basic information about the products, such as dates of manufacture, expiry dates, location of the factory where the product was manufactured, name of the products, and how to use the products. All of this information are vital and part of what make a product standard and fit for public consumption. Investigations by the Standards Organization of Nigeria revealed that most consumers of goods do not read information on labels on products. Ignorance and lack of education are major reasons why most consumers neglect their obligation in this regard.
Our sense of consuming, anything goes. We want immediate satisfaction. We don't look at the end time, how long it will last. Those are the problems we face. So when you give someone this a mineral, it tells you, there's a lot of sugar in this, it's sweet more than this. They don't even know the dangers in it. You buy electronics, you don't know the megawatts of the voltage. They just, oh, this one is cheap. So don't play, it's playing. Like, I can make use of it.
I don't care attitude, not to really go into details. Or we are carried away by the usage. I just want to get this thing and let me just use it.
Me personally, if I buy, let's say if I buy a phone now, I don't read all those things. All I need is I need a phone to be making call. So I don't have time to be reading all those things. Are you getting it? Because of time wait for nobody.
You know a product they call Tramadol, it's a medicine. You know it makes strong use to take to high frenzy. If they are read at the caution, if they are read at the manual, they would have known that that medicine is not good for them.
But there are some instructions you see there. So some drugs are not good for somebody above so age, or it's not good for somebody below so age. And if you don't read it and you use that drug, you know what it means. So I believe it's ignorant.
Others trust dealers and products and can't be bothered about the information on the products. The consumer's poor state of mind or mood is another reason why he or she does not read information on the label or manual of a product.
Most times when people want to buy things, they already know what they want to buy. You understand? Like, you want to buy a phone now, the configuration, the settings, everything you already know. So you just get to the market, you see what you want to buy and just buy it.
Some people still believe they trust a brand. So they just feel fine. Since they've been using it consistently and they feel fine. Since the brand can be trusted and there's no need for them to actually check the expiring dates or the dates of the manufacturer.
Like me now, I don't go to any store to buy anything. Depends on the trust I've built in you over time that will make me to enter such store. But I know they sell good products there and their products are original. So I just go there. I believe anything I bought from there is okay.
Sometimes I read, sometimes I don't read too.
The receipt is another vital evidence of transaction between the seller and buyer of a good that most consumers take for granted. Some consumers are often in a hurry and do not bother about a receipt, while some others are patient to be issued a receipt, but too lazy to read what is contained in that small piece of paper, which often spells out the terms and conditions of transaction.
Whenever I buy things, I look at my receipt. If possible, say if I test what I buy.
Not until now, when I've been victim of some unpalatable situations, then I begin to check the receipt and what is written.
Oftentimes, you ask them for receipt, they will tell you they don't have receipt. So that makes me at times, I don't accept. I go to any supermarket, any departmental stores that is big, then I request for receipt.
Some of the business doesn't have the receipt because they are not registered.
They only give you, okay, you are buying this, Mr. So and so, the date you bought it, the amount you bought it, what you are buying, the specification, that's all. The terms and conditions is not whether it's a 1-year warranty or 2 years warranty, not in all cases.
It's a standard practice and one that manufacturers must adhere to. However, some unscrupulous manufacturers and importers of goods have over the years taken advantage of the consumer's attitude to his obligation to provide little or no basic information that can help a consumer to trace a product to its original manufacturer, country of production, among other vital information about the product. This has remained a source of worry to regulatory agencies such as the Standards Organization of Nigeria, saddled with the responsibility of developing and enforcing standards in the country.
All the basic rights of the consumer are premised on consumer information. So if you talk about the right to choose, you can't choose a product without knowing the product that you want to buy. You cannot choose rightly if you don't know. You can't get basic information from the package that informs you of the product you are going to buy. If you talk about the right to be heard, I cannot speak authoritatively that this product is not satisfying my needs if I don't have the right or I'm not equipped with the right information to know what the product is supposed to do and what it cannot do. When we talk about the right to safety, I cannot have a right to safety if I don't understand what that product is capable of doing. For instance, electrical products. In the product label, it will have been indicated the voltage. It will be indicated the earthing requirements. Certain safety information will have been included. Maybe you don't plug direct, plug using a UPS. This information are there to guide us in terms of safety. If you talk about the right to healthy environment, you cannot have a right to healthy environment without having adequate information that tells you, for instance, in a product, that this packaging material, for instance, should be disposed for recycling, so that what? It does not constitute a nuisance in the environment. If, for instance, there's certain information that some product manufacturers will give you information on the product telling you that this particular package should be disposed in this form. It can be recycled. So you can always use some products. For instance, in a house, you have a bottle. You can redesign it to be a flower vase. You can use it for several purposes. Why? You are trying to keep the environment clean. So let's talk about the right to redress. How do I seek redress when I'm not equipped with information? If the instruction for use guides me and it's giving me adequate information that I must not use in certain conditions, which I did not read, and then I seek redress, I decided to take a legal action, do you think I'll win that case? No. So all the rights of a consumer is premised on the right to information. And this right to information are all in the specified applicable standards.
The negative attitude of some consumers is a challenge that must be tackled through strategic sensitization by the SON and consumer advocacy groups in the country to eliminate to the barest minimum disputes arising from consumers' neglect of his or her obligation.
For instance, the standard for hand sanitizers. On that standard, there is a packaging and labeling requirement. And in that same clause, you will see under the packaging and labeling requirements that you are supposed to, for instance, know the product name. So it's just going to be an hand sanitizer. I'm going to indicate whether it is Kemi hand sanitizer. Then I need information on the manufacturer's name and address. Where is the manufacturer producing from? How can I contact the manufacturer in case I have more questions or I have concerns? So it should be written on the product package. Kemi hand sanitizer, manufactured by Kemi Industries, located at number 10 Kemi Drive, so place in Lagos, with the contact information, phone number, everything visible and legible on the product. Okay, when we talk about product information, when we look at the packaging and labeling requirements, for instance, it will be specified the period of manufacture. This hand sanitizer was manufactured the 20th of October 2020 and is going to expire 20th of October 2021, for instance. And then the batch number for traceability is legibly indicated on that product. So in case there's that problem with a batch and I complain to the manufacturer can trace it through that batch to all the consignment or that particular batch that was released into the market. And where there's a need for product recall, they can recall the product. So what else, what other information do I need? The regulatory requirement in Nigeria today, there is the Mandatory Conformity Assessment Program, MANCAP, that assures you when you buy a product. We have a MANCAP logo. It's green and white with two eagle faces. If you look, it's a circle, a white background, and a green eagle. That indicates that Sun has checked this product. That indicates that Sun has certified this product. So that is showing you that it has complied to the relevant standard. Then when you have checked the regulatory requirement and is fulfilling that requirement, you have the confidence, because it's an assurance to you as a consumer that yes, government has checked it, the relevant regulatory body has checked it, so I can buy it. You also want to check for the instructions. For instance, like I said, if I have Kemi hand sanitizer, there should be an instruction for use. One of such instructions will tell me that I should not use near flame because it is flammable, which is also addressing safety. All the rights of a consumer is premised on them being well informed. And this information is available in the relevant standards. And that's why the Standards Organization of Nigeria, we are and will continue to educate the consumer on what to look out for in a quality product, which also requires that certain packaging and labeling information be made available to the consumer when they are purchasing the product to guide their decision.
So, when next you purchase a product from the market, take time to read the information on the label, examine the receipts issued to be sure that you are satisfied with the terms or conditions of transactions before leaving the proof of purchase. It's your right to information as provided by the manufacturer or seller of a product that must be complemented by your obligation to read labels on the products. It's one sure way of tracing products to their producers and checking the distribution of fake and substandard products in Nigeria.
Now you know that it's your obligation as a consumer to read information about a product as well as receipts issued by sellers of goods. Remember, it's a standard practice aimed at checking the distribution of fake and substandard products in the country. 3 students of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, have emerged national winners of the African Organization for Standardization annual essay competition in Nigeria. Alimoto Sifo has the details.
According to a statement from the Office of the DG of SON, Malam Farouk Selim, the winners are James Ibe Akuna, who came tops with 66.31%, Eze Harrison Ebuka, 65.50%, and Eze Samson Sonto Chukwu, who scored 65.47%. The SON Chief Executive congratulated the national winners and expressed optimism that one of the 5 entries from Nigeria will be among the final winners at the continental version of the competition. 43 entries were received from 11 government-approved tertiary institutions, out of which 41 met the requirements for assessment. The theme for this year's edition was the role of standardization in resolving and addressing the socio-economic issues for the refugees, returnees, and internally displaced persons, and creating durable solutions to forced displacement in Africa. Still on ASO, but in another development, we can authoritatively tell you that Nigeria has been elected into the Standards Management Committee of the African Organization for Standardization. Nigeria emerged first with 27 votes in a keenly contested election involving 13 member states. Others elected into the SMC include Kenya with 19 votes, Burkina Faso, South Africa, Uganda, and Zambia. The committee was approved by a component of the revised procedures for harmonization of African standards by the 61st Council meeting of ASO held in Lusaka, Zambia in November 2019. The Standard Management Committee is charged with the responsibility of coordinating the management and timely execution of the procedures, due process, and standards harmonization programs of ASO. SON's Director General Malam Farouk Selim expressed the agency's commitment to promoting the nation's relevance in regional, continental, and international standardization, especially in view of the imminent implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Nigeria is a founding member of the Continental Standardization Body and twice headed the Secretariat as Secretary General.
The Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, brings a new lease of life to Nigerian SMEs. SON has put a greater premium on developing standards aimed at improving the exports of the nation's food and cash crops. This explains why we have developed more standards for Nigeria's produce like sesame, cocoa, garri, and more, courtesy our accredited state-of-the-art laboratories. In keeping with the federal government's ease of doing business, SON has simplified its processes and turnaround time for SUNCAP and MANCAP to reduce substandard products and legal arm to prosecute offenders. Join the Standards Organization of Nigeria in ridding our nation of substandard goods due to consistent market surveillance and raids. See something, say something. The Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving life through standards.
You're still watching Standard and You. Remember, whenever you purchase any product, always read the label. It's your right. Now it's time to join Halimot Osifo on our feedback corner.
Hello and nice to have you on the feedback segment of the program. My name is Halimot Osifo. Every day, Nigerians buy and use thousands of products at home, work, and on the go. Consumers expect that these goods will satisfy their needs. But did you know, consumer satisfaction and protection is a collective responsibility. It demands input from not just the manufacturer, importer, and government, but also you, the consumer. Producing safe and quality products is one of the manufacturer's responsibilities to consumers. The importer has a responsibility to ensure foreign products conform with standards. For the Standards Organization of Nigeria, our primary responsibility is to ensure that locally manufactured products in Nigeria give the required satisfaction to consumers through compliance with standards and ensure goods imported into the country meet the minimum requirements of Nigerian industrial standards. What about you, the consumer? Do you know your rights? Do you verify expiry dates before purchasing? Do you read contents of goods warranty card? Do you check for product certification marks? Do you read and follow safety instructions? Do you use products appropriately? Do you speak up by reporting cases of fake and substandard products to the Standards Organization of Nigeria? If your answers to these questions are positive, good for you. Otherwise, you are neglecting your consumer responsibility. No doubt, all hands must be on deck to fight against fake and substandard products in Nigeria. You have a role to play. Now over to some of the messages we received last week. Justice Ikegul from Ebonyi says, what is the state command doing to stop the influx of fake gas cylinder and electrical cables in the state? A lot, not just in Ebonyi, also across the nation, from sensitization programs to market surveillance, enforcement activities, and more to ensure that we rid the markets of fake and substandard products. Chidibere from Lagos says, I want to register my products. What's the process? It's simple and it begins from the comfort of your home or office. Just visit www.son.gov.ng, click on the online registration portal to kickstart your product registration process. Anonymous Messenger says, how can I locate your office in Abia State? SON Abia State office is at Bank of Industry Building, number 1 Asha Road, Constitution Crescent, Aba. Joel from Taraba says, as a businessman, how do I ensure I import only quality goods into the country? Very good. Please visit the nearest SON office to get information on how to ensure that the products you're importing into the country conform with standards and they are also certified. Princess Diana from Badagry says, good job, keep it up, and God bless you. God bless you too. Thank you so much. Felicia Abiodun from Abuja says, I bought a blender and discovered it isn't working. The seller has refused to replace it for me. Please go to SON FCT office at 14 Kitwe Street beside Waterboard, Zone 4, Wuse, Abuja, with your proof of purchase, and we'll take it up from there. Rimikas from Just says, I love your program. Thank you so much and keep watching. Janus from Port Harcourt says, good one. Thank you and keep watching. And that concludes this week's episode of your favorite public sensitization program, Standard and You. Join us next week for another interesting edition. Remember, you can watch the program online anywhere, anytime at youtube.com/Standard and You. Follow us on Facebook at Standard and You, Instagram and Twitter at Standard and You _. As always, buy original, sell authentic, and use only the best. Stay safe.
Why you dey buy fake product, make you dey careful, no go damage your life.